Speaking of boasts, Kyle, your top 10 boasts.
Well, my third favourite would have to be the Sonny Bill boast.
What's that, Kyle?
It's simply the boast where you don't use your arms, Alex.
That'd be difficult on a squash court, Kyle. What are the other two? What are you?
Trickle and the tickle, Al.
Trickle and a tickle, yeah.
And can't look away from an Aussie boast.
The Aussie boast. The Aussie boast from the back of the court. So it's like a trickle or a tickle boast, but it's coming in from the back corners. That's a pretty tricky boast that the likes of Rod Martin and Rod Isles, the legends of the game, perfected.
Now, we could boast on all day about that topic, but we're going to get underway, even serving, and we're underway in the final. This is what both players have been working for all weekend, and we've got a rollicking pass to start with. It was a hard call for the umpire, I feel. I think either no let or let would have been fine, but she's gone with the no let call, which
Even the president earlier.
Exactly. Very similar shot there this time, Evan choosing to go for the ball, which is probably a good thing.
Yeah, maybe we'll see more play of the ball because of that call. Having a run around call now, and they don't build them like that anymore, do they?
Gets that on the volley, opens up the court and pool, goes forward, goes back, whackity-doo. That is the absolute clinical performance, dropping it in short, getting Evan to rush up in, and then depth, fast, low, long shot into the back court.
Absolutely. Evan Williams going in there like a wildcat, but it's hard to stop yourself and get back for the next shot, and Cole working him around the court like a real tactician, putting him in each corner, and at the end there couldn't quite get it back. It's going to be very physical here for Evan Williams. I hope he's ready for a big battle.
Well, Lions RL and the Lion man himself unable to reach that width that Paul's put on it.
Not taking too much chat from the players nowadays as well, so we do see that players have to move on with things, and that might be to their benefit as well as the crowds.
Just patient play down Evan's back hand side, right side of the court. Back and forth we go. Nice, waiting for the opportunity to strike both players.
Cole directing play nicely here. It's really playing at his pace and his tempo. He'd love to keep going at this tempo all day. There's Evan working that flick from the middle of the court.
Fainted to go one way, went the other. Good long rally. There's a few shots being put in here from both players.
Good to see Williams getting plenty of pace through the ball. He had to go through wrist surgery a couple of years ago, but seems to be fine now, and that's great to see.
Great ball striking from Evan so far today. And that's been matched by Paul. This is going on forever. The legs must be burning of both players early in this first game.
Early days here, Kyle. I think Paul's got a lot more on the legs.
And that showed.
7-4.
Now, these two would have played each other a number of times, Alex. What's the differing styles that they bring to the game?
Well, I think in the early days in junior squash, Evan Williams would have definitely backed himself to get the win. But now Paul Cole has really been working on his strength. We talked about him getting into a lot of CrossFit. He's not known as Superman for nothing. He's got tremendous strength, and I think that could be a big difference between the two of them, really. That takes a lot of hard work and perseverance. He's got a little bit more size, a little bit more speed than Evan Williams.
That explosive power.
But also being able to balance in each shot.
And that's a great shot.
Not just getting there quickly, but being able to hold yourself strong and play a solid shot. It helps with the execution as well, that strength.
Yeah, you're right there. 9-5. So 2 points away from taking the first set here in the final. The New Zealand Nationals, Paul Cole and Evan Williams going at it. Those nook and crannies, the nicks, and just dig the ball out from anywhere, can't he?
Yeah, very nicely. He's probably got an extra fraction of a second on most players on the tour, actually. and that means that he can get a lot of balls back that you don't typically see come back from your average player. And he'll be disappointed with that. I had the length on it as well, Kyle, and pushing it deep into that corner.
Deep. One apiece here early into the second set. Going down the forehand side of Paul. Strange Evan was keeping there with him. He's obviously confident in his backhand, but willing to play down Paul's forehand side.
Yeah, absolutely, but maybe forced to play down that backhand side as well. It is easy to say that he'd want to get that ball over to his forehand, but with the pace that Cole gets onto the ball, it could be flying through on that backhand pretty quickly, and if Williams just getting a let there. If Williams is playing that ball late, then it's really hard to bring it cross court, and so the best option is to play it straight down that wall. So Cole might actually be forcing him to stay on that side, but he'll get the stroke there.
Stroke for Williams.
Now, obviously, great friends off the court, but these two are there to win out there today. Hugely competitive, these two. Played many times against each other, Alex.
Absolutely, like I was talking about before, Evan Williams would have had the advantage in juniors with a little bit, he's got 2 or 3 years on Paul, but Paul has, really been working hard over the past, 3, 4, 5 years to get himself up the rankings, and now he's the heavy favourite. The last few meetings that they've had, Paul winning those fairly comfortably, but Evan putting on a good show here. That's a dig out of the back there. And Paul Cole forcing Evan Williams to dig like a demented mole.
Putting that ball in places no one wants to go. Deep and dark places. So they've called it the same way, but Evan just needs to get his head up and he needs to channel that anger into positive aggression here.
Yeah, that's quite often the difference between a player of Paul's ilk, being top 10 in the world, and someone like Evan Williams, who's currently ranked 108, being as high as 79. But the mental side of the game is so tricky, and it looks easy from up here, but the ball is moving at that pace, and your heart rate climbs to something like 180 or 190 in some of these harder rallies. It's pretty hard to keep your cool, and that takes a lot of experience.
Under such fatigue, Al.
Exactly.
The mind's going everywhere. The body's starting to get sore. To be mentally strong is crucial, and especially when the rallies are going this long.
Yeah, and this sort of work is gonna pay off for Paul Cole. He's looking comfortable. He's got that strength. He can do it he's shown he can do this for 2 hours and still win the match. Whereas Evan Williams, I think, is not onto the ball quite as quick as he was at the start of the match, and he's too loved down. Maybe needs to get the racket through a little quicker, find some height, and put that ball into the back corner with a lob. But again, easier said than done.
He's going to have to change it somehow. He's going to have to change it quickly, because 6-2 down, 2 sets to love down. There has to be a drastic change here.
That's great with the work that he's putting into the legs of Evan Williams. You're seeing here now, but you aren't feeling it, and I think Evan Williams will be feeling that. Looking a little bit sluggish off the tee, and just that fraction of a second longer that he takes off the tee makes a huge difference in the ability to execute the shot, but also to return the ball at all.
There it goes down again. 7-2. Just like I said before, a clinic of squash from Paul Cole.
Absolutely, showing his world class here. And again, on that forehand side, he can't do anything with that ball while it's stuck to the side wall, and that's a pretty routine shot from Paul Cole. As I was talking about before, Joel King played it so well, that working drop into the front. Paul Cole playing it just as well, and keeping it tight on the side wall without having to risk too much and go too low.
2 points away from a New Zealand Squash Championship here for Paul Cole. Back to back if he can pull this off. And another unforced error.
There's the opportunity, had some space, but again, maybe a little bit fatigued and just pushing it too low, because Paul's been retrieving those all day. So that's, again, the physicality of Paul Cole, putting Evan Williams under some unseen pressure.
And here it is. It was all on the line here. Oh,
He's working hard.
he's not going to let this slip. He
He wants to take his first championship point here, doesn't he?
in style. Really, it's showing how good this man is.
He's overcooked that. His pressure.
And what a way to finish it. Paul Cole bringing every trick out in the book to finish this off. 3-love win and the better man on the day, Alex.
Yeah, a bit of a fist pump there at the end. Means a lot to him.